Definitely everything on TV was real, and they did a real good job of not to butter it up too much or downplay it. So I think they nailed it. I think it was like the more like day-to-day like stuff that was really like wearing on you, which made it way gnarlier, that they didn't like kind of capture, just like not eating for like 10 hours and then having a super late dinner and stuff like that. So it's almost gnarlier than it shows on Vice. Yeah, I mean, that was horrible. Well, one, it was super bad because we were all motivated to do stuff like in the book, like the challenges and stuff. And that day, you know, we couldn't drink water, so that pretty much means we're gonna skate as least as we possibly could. And then the energy drinks, like no one's gonna drink fucking energy drinks all day in hazmat suits in the desert. So it was just fucked like to do it without like being in King of the Road. But then it was fucked because we couldn't do any of the challenges. So it was like a low point for us, you know what I mean? We were all like stressing out and everyone was like getting all grumpy and everything. Like. I think the day Jerry Gurney met up with us and we had the face paint on and we were just rolling all day, like, and everyone was skating really good. So it just like kept feeding like the hype, you know what I mean? And so once we thought the day was over, we go to a skate park, people would get like more tricks. And then after that, once we thought that was done, we'd go to a backyard barbecue that we had to do like our city challenge. And then we'd get more tricks and it turned into like a big barbecue like after party. So I think that's like my best memory of the trip, just because everyone had such a good time and we were all productive that day. Well, Louis kept saying, like, if I'm drinking piss, I'm drinking Zach's piss. I'm just like, what are you talking about, man? It's like throughout the whole fucking trip, and he's like, you know, because Zach eats like the healthiest or something, you know? And I kind of got like elected to do it, and I didn't want to do it, but it was like the last couple days, and I mean, I don't know, it's just like not in my personality, but I got like elected to do it, and unfortunately, Louis drank my piss, and it sucks. Super important to me because I don't get too carried away with skateboarding. I mean, it's like, I love being a professional skateboarder and traveling the world with all my friends and everything, but outside the skate world, I'm completely on my own. I have family, but they don't have the needs to help me if I fall down on something financially or something. So if something happened with skateboarding and I'm just out like that, which could happen, I'm just glad I have that trade, because, I mean, I'd be screwed. It keeps me grounded to skateboarding because, you know, I'll work for 2 weeks straight and then I'll go out and skateboard. And I'm like, oh my God, I forgot, this is like amazing. It's not just a job, you know, I don't take it for granted, you know. And sometimes people are like, dude, why are you skating so hard? You're at the skate park. I'm like, dude, I've worked all week. You don't know, you know? It's like, I just want to skate. Like, I need to get it out of my system. I don't think I take skateboarding as a whole very seriously, but I think it kind of stems from like what I was just saying before. Like, I've worked all week and I have to get this job done for these clients, you know? These are people, real people paying me good money to complete a job. So if I said I'm gonna be there next Monday, I'm gonna be there next Monday. That means I have like 2 days on the weekend. And I went out of my way, you know, to bring a filmer down, to bring a photographer down. So it's like, if I had those 2 days to be productive in my skate career, I wanna be like pretty like, wanna like, you know, do my best, not to waste anyone's time. Oh my God, yeah, that was fucking horrible. We were completely remodeling a restaurant, and obviously if a restaurant's not in business, they're not making money. So we had it set up that, you know, we were gonna work the longest days we can. It was towards the end of the day, you know what I mean? And then I was casing out a window really tall, and I was on like an 8-foot ladder on the very top step, and I was trying to pry off a piece of the casing, but at the bottom of what my ladder was sitting on were the floor joists or below the basement joists, basically 2 stories. And once I pried it and I started to come down, the ladder kind of made a teeter-totter with the plywood, and it basically dropped all the way down and landed all the joists on the, on my fucking goods. My fucking tools went everywhere, and I was all like dazed and confused, and I was like shocked. It's like you take a slam on a skateboard, like some people automatically just like get up and be like, am I okay? Like, that's basically what I did, and like all the crew was like looking at me, and I was just like, holy shit, I could have kept falling. It was like the worst sack I've ever had. It was horrible. Yeah, I mean, definitely having tilt mode, the whole crew around, like growing up skating in San Jose, it was like amazing to meet everyone and actually like end up on, filming trips and eventually like international trips and then being in the video. Like it was huge for me, especially when I was younger. Like I'm still super psyched. Like everyone's my really good friends. Like I have it on my arm. Like I'm stoked, Like for me to have a part in the last tilt mode video was like huge, Like I was so stoked. I honestly think it was more of an influence when I actually met everybody, because it was like I kind of got to see how like it was actually done like by professionals, you know what I mean? Like I know that sounds a little cheesy, but like when like I'm just out skating with my friends and having fun, and then like I get a couple free boards, I'm like, all right, this could kind of like be something, go out and try and film. It's like you kind of have to learn that process of like picking and choosing your battles. And then when I would go see like Caswell, I was like, all right, this dude is professional. He got like filmer, photographer, and he's like going for it because he's like getting it. He's not like pussyfooting it like for hours, you know what I mean? So I think it was like more of when I started to skate with them, like, and all those dudes, it was like more of like an inspiration for me, like, you know what I mean? More as, I don't know, it was a trip for me.
Zack was like one of the kids in San Jose, like just ripping, and we kind of all like knew Zack ripped. He was like kind of like on the fringe of our crew though.
Yeah,
like he hung out with like a whole like younger crew, but we knew him and we knew all he was doing. And then we heard he was getting boards from somebody, and we were kind of like, yo, you're from San Jose, man. You don't do that. Like you want to be sponsored? Ride for us. Like that's kind of like It was like a whirlwind thing though, like right at the very beginning, because you were getting boards from
for a minute
reel or something.
Yeah, I was getting the whole deluxe package, Thunder, Spitfire, reel, and I had to call them, you know what I mean, and just be like, I'm sorry, like I skate with these guys every day, you know what I mean, like.
But I think it was only like, I think it took that point, because like you see kids ripping everywhere, and Zack was just one of those kids who was also just ripping, but you don't know if somebody wants it or has that drive. So when we saw that Zack like had like proper intention to do it and make it happen as like what he wanted to focus on, then we were like, oh, this dude, he wants it. Like let's start hooking him up, Because I mean, we knew he was a cool ass dude. I mean,
I want to go that far.
I mean, now he's not that cool, but back then.
Definitely want to go that far. I mean, it just worked out. I don't know. We just
fucking great.
Hung out with each other. Super, super, super psyched, because in my head the only thing that was going on was there's a couple days left for filming for the video, and that was the only thing that was going on in my head. And luckily enough, I rode away, and I was just psyched.
I knew you had it.
And he turned around. Well, this is kind of crazy. We went a couple times before, and he had a board hidden the whole time, waiting for me to land it, and I didn't know at all. Like I was completely like oblivious. But anyways, I land it, turn around, he throws the board up. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking like, I was still super psyched of landing the trick and being done with the video. And then he has the board, I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. I think it was like 10:30 or 11 in the morning still.
It was super early in the morning.
So I was like super fucking stoked. In 2 days, I was going to Hawaii, 2 or 3 days, and I was just like, this is fucking the shit. Like, I was just so pumped. The thing I was fucked though was I couldn't tell anybody. I couldn't tell anybody because the video had to come out first. So I was like, I had like my own little like separate like fucking celebration in Hawaii, like with my girl. Like,
the thing that I always feel guilty about was taking away from his moment of like rolling away from that trick.
nah.
You know, like,
I mean,
fuck, if I rolled away from anything from Wallenberg, I would be like, just let me fucking live in this world, like this light for like a week or something, you know? And like, he only got to roll away for like 30 seconds, and then all of a sudden it was like new stokage, you know? Like,
it only amplified it, man. You know, you only get a trick like you land every once in a while. I mean, a couple of tricks where you're like seriously stoked for like a solid week, where you like wake up and you're just like, yeah.
it's like,
Like,
I think though, like with that trick, like that's what's rad about enjoi is, like, I knew how bad he wanted it, and I knew that it would mean that much to him to like turn pro doing something like that was a mental battle.
anyways.
I'm still like, it's one of my proudest moments was like when he did that. It was like one of my dudes, like, he did it, you know, one of my friends, like.
I mean, I was pretty stoked down the whole, back to the question of turning pro like that. Like, I was so stoked. It was a really good fucking idea, like, because I didn't expect it, and it wasn't just like, let's go to the bar, you know, like walk in there, I was like, yeah, bro, you know, and then don't remember the night. Like, that is something I will always fucking remember, and it's like, I've gotten so many like compliments about the way of turning pro, like, and I'm like, fuck me, I'm lucky, man. Like, and it just keeps happening too, you know, like, fucking Jackson, you know, winning King of the Road, MVP, and then board. Like, I just like the way, like, it's all, like, happening. Like the Thinen at Machba, like.
I just like he turned pro and then was like, I'm out of here, I'm going to Hawaii. Like, dude, I had to like still work. I had to wake up on Monday and go back to work. This dude goes to Hawaii.
Fucking clocked out, dude.